Right, so grab your cucumbers and your coconut oil because it's time to get freaky with another Weirdos of Tinder. So let's just jump straight into it. All right, first up, why do people do this? First match in ages and this happens. How do we know each other? You sent me your number through Tinder. Wrong number. You got set up. That's so brutal. Why is bro laughing and pointing to someone who's already down? That is a kick in the teeth. That's brutal. Bro immediately clowned on you. That is diabolical. Maybe she typed the wrong number accidentally. Oh, she did, thankfully. Oh, there was a positive twist. Thank goodness, because that is brutal. All right, next. One for the fish haters. Oh my goodness. She sniped a zebra. That's a billion times worse as a flex than the first one. In fact, is that a flex? It seems like a threat. If she can do this to a giant, innocent wild animal, what's she gonna do to you when you forget to unload the dishwasher? It doesn't bear thinking about. Oh, she's defending that sleeping zebra. So kind. A zebra, like why? Don't worry, it's not real. She actually just painted stripes on someone's pet horse and killed that. I mean, to be fair, it's increasing her chances of getting a match at least, because she's evidently a psycho, and only a psycho is gonna swipe right on that. So whoever she ends up with, actually, it deserves her. Yeah, I don't think I can ever complain at a fish profile photo again. All right, next. And he looks just like you'd expect. So, okay, commenting on a picture of her. I don't think you get to look as good as you do and be a fucking liberal. What is actually the point in this message? Is this a new manosphere trick? Complimenting her looks and insulting her political stance? Yeah, I wonder if he thought that was going to work or if he was just going for the rage response. In any case, I don't know how some people have the audacity to send messages like this. If I insult this woman's politics, it will definitely work. Oh, he thinks I'm pretty? I suppose I'll forsake feminism and become his housewife. Good lord, nothing says owning the libs like dying alone. All right, next. People say the craziest things on here. I think we get along. Cute intro. Can I sit on your face? Did this message bother you? We detected this message may contain language that could make someone uncomfortable. Your response is private and won't report the other person. Some men drown while others die of thirst. Are you offended or trying to show off? Damn, back-to-back freaks on the subreddit. All right, next up. I can't make this up. I've looked into the Mormon religion and I don't agree with it at all. It's like a modern cult. That's just any religion. Yeah, I guess, but as a Christian, I think I have the most laid-back religion. Boy, wait until you hear about Christianity then if you think Mormons are bad. My experience in Christian church has always been positive, to be honest, besides the time I almost got diddled. What am I actually supposed to say to that? Is that serious? That's very dark if so. I mean, thankfully it says almost, but they just say it so casually as well, like as if it's just like a minor additional detail you could easily leave out. Oh yeah, my hike was nice, saw the mountains, walked past the lake, got into a fight with a mountain tiger, climbed a tree for a bit. It was pretty chill. Like, hold up, what do you mean you got in a fight with a mountain tiger? What do you mean you almost got diddled? It's generally always been positive, apart from that one time. That's a big time. I think he's dropping some dark humor. I really hope so. Such a bizarre conversation on a dating app. Like, first of all, a deep, interesting conversation, but weird conversation to have on a dating app, and that to drop in. How do you respond? Do you assume they're joking? I think it's likely, but if you reply with a joke and they're like, oh, that's actually some really deep-rooted trauma you just made light of, there's no winning. I think at this point you should unmatch and move on. Excuse me, lol. Low-key flex. That's a flex, is it? No veggies. Who taught you how to cook? A hyena. That is a very bland looking meal to show off. I mean, pretty well cooked steak, but with plain boiled rice on the side. That is a boring meal and not a flex. Quite right to cook it. I mean, the image got cooked better than the meal. Yeah, who puts that type of pic on a dating profile? In honesty, I think it would work if it was a good enough food picture, but it's not. It's an okay steak with boring white rice. This is like posting a video of you flexing that you can play guitar and you're playing Wonderwall by Oasis. So out of all things, why go for something that bland? All right, next. Surprisingly, Tinder does work. Coming up on 2 years together. Oh, let's go. Wholesome post. At the game together as well. What an absolute dream.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Oh, and you know what? Speaking of wholesome moments, if you want to do something really wholesome for me right now, please do hit that subscribe button down below. It's free, it only takes a second, and it means the next time I do one of these r/Tinder videos, you can catch it as soon as it's out. This is me, YouTube right swiping on you. Please make it a match. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Now let's get back to the video. All right, next up. I mean, there's no need to be so harsh. How about you break me instead of your diets? Cannot break that which is already broken. So clearly you know me already. Daddy issues, personality disorder, and poverty. It's pretty obvious. Well, now I feel called out. I feel like this was flirty. This was insulting. Damn, and their username of Reddit is life is confusing me. Damn, childhood, mental illness, and financial situation. They covered all bases, and they got it quicker than a therapist. Wow, why are they even there? To make it worse, they swiped right on me first. Damn, they just wanted to roast you. I'm only accepting a spit roasting at the moment. Right. Went sad/mean for a little bit and we're right back to freaky. Break me, and so you got what you asked. Okay, prove the black pill wrong and tell us you unmatched. Oh, almost straight away. Degradation is only fun in the bedroom. Damn, there are some people going demon mode on Tinder these days. I feel like I've been on the app a little bit too long if this is what my matches have to say. Hey, we matched again, wink. Have we matched before? I remember the rack. Oh, the other boob lady would absolutely love this one. Or is it the same lady? Okay, no, that was electrical string. And this one's memechi muncher. Lots of boob appreciation in this one. All right, next up. It's a nice pee-pee. What do you mean by that? Good morning, Chrissy. I hope you're experiencing a wonderful dream and or a quiet moment in life. Wrong, your ick. I like the things you like and your face. It's really pretty. Is send Wednesday 6:46 a.m. I mean, weird vibe to it, but kind of wholesome. But then today at 10:12 a.m. I have a nice pee-pee and you can use it. Oh, I was thinking it was going to be like, oh, you have a nice pee-pee, like profile picture, and they just didn't quite get the lingo, the shorthand. But no, this guy's just got dick pride, and you know what? Fair play to him. If the other lady can be proud of her boobs, this guy can be proud of his nice pee-pee. But I feel like with the boob one, they were kind of on the same vibe early on. Here, he's just throwing that out there. The classic no reply, Hail Mary horny. I might be the odd one out here, but I thought it was hilarious. I also think it's hilarious. Oh, it worked. Well, it's hilarious, but did it work? No, but I didn't unmatch. I just asked him why he would say that, essentially. I don't think there's any answer he could give that would make sense. Sure there is. He thought she might like his direct approach. Yeah, that and hope she thinks it's funny, and she did. She didn't respond yesterday. Better mention my nice pee-pee this time. 10:12 a.m. peak horny hour. I mean, someone's got to chop that morning wood. I used to ask my ex to suck my pee-pee. Probably why she left me. All right, did you need to comment that? Did the journal factory explode? What's that got to do with us? Oh wait, what? So did you in fact use it? Yeah, it was in fact a nice pee-pee. What? Also, the line didn't immediately work, but he got there in the end anyway. Damn, the freaks are having some serious success in this video. All right, next. I love Tinder. Pisces and Pisces. Meeting another Pisces can be like looking into a mirror. What do you see? You are so cute. Emoji. That's a lot of them. God, what the hell that mean? Does this even make any sense? Wow, drooling. Ball of yarn, flower, fairies, parties, love, doves, love, and then an awkward face? I think it was going well until here. Sigh, bro, it couldn't be any more obvious. It means she wants to use a ball of yarn to wrap around you while she's drooling on you and sprinkling purple flowers on you. She wants to be like bees and pollinate you so much that she feels like crying. Then she'll celebrate the connection of both your hearts so that she feels like a bird spreading its wings. She loves what you said and she feels like you took some pollen from her. Bro, how did I not see this? All right, next. Good pictures really make a huge difference. No way, a credit score image. Mine is slightly higher. Oh really? You should show me in person as proof. Photoshop is too easy these days. Haha, I could. Winking emoji. How have they got flirty from a photo of a credit score? Yo, that's actually such a funny picture to include, but hey, all the power to you, fiscal queen. Just curious, how did you do that? A life goal of mine, to find my goofball and night owl and sporty person. Is that you? When do I start? The credit score killed me. I'm glad you liked it. Lots of applause. This is so effective. Hot. This is so funny. Your pictures are so beautiful, but why this one? Because it works, apparently. I gotta send this to chrismd. A few years ago, before I met my girlfriend, I did this and got a ton of matches. Turns out women love someone who's financially stable. Does it still work at 4:50 asking for a friend? It works with both extremes. Save some baddies for the rest of us. Fair play. The only thing is, sometimes when stuff like this does the rounds on the internet, everyone just does it, and then like 19 out of 20 profiles have the exact same thing. I really see on Twitter a lot, like you'll see someone use an unbelievable pickup line, and then like a day later, loads of people are trying the same line, posting it on the timeline, and it's like people replying like, yeah, that's the 30th time I've heard that today. You gotta get on the strat early these days. All right, next. Girls are freaks too, lol. All right, so I'm guessing this is, yeah, a woman's profile. Down for something long term, but really needs something casual involving some big tits to constantly suck on and nothing else. Fair enough. My perfect date would be hiking followed by cuddling with wine and a movie. I'm assuming as long as the cuddling involves sucking massive tits. That is an outrageous profile. Freaked out in the bio. Okay, they matched. My lord. Hi, beautiful. Do you think that my lord was going, my lord, look at those big boobs? I could say the same. I definitely have the big tits covered. It is. Oh my goodness. Oh, do you ever? Bro, I feel like we're interrupting something. Literally the perfect size to fill my mouth with. God, I so need a girlfriend with tits like that. I'd easily be sucking them all night, every night. This is outrageous. I feel like I'm sinning just reading it out loud. I should not be involved in this. This is so funny as well because it's all about how people receive it. Like, you could see these kind of messages on this subreddit with with a thing like, why do they have to get so freaky so early on? It's so off-putting. Or like this bio just being like, why are you writing this in the bio? Like, do you not realize how weird this is? But this is why some people are just going to match your freak if you do it. And you know what? I love that for both of them. Oh my goodness, the top comment, OP's post history is quality. No OnlyFans ads, not a regular, not safe for work poster, or making regular content. Just a girl who is really proud of her knockers. Fair play, you get it. So she's already very proud. This must be like the perfect message for her to receive. This is actually a match made in heaven. I used to work in traffic flagging with a few lesbians, and my co-workers hated this one girl who would get drunk, send unsolicited nudes, and talk crazy sexual shit to all the other girls. I can attest it's not just men, it's people, lol. 100 emoji. I'm too shy to be that forward, but good for you. I understand I'm shy at first in person, then a freak again when I get comfortable. You evidently get very comfortable on Reddit, and more power to you. I'm so curious how many people... I'm going to look at the retention graph on this video and see how many people paused at this point to check out this profile. Oh, that's why I love these videos. The variety is just hilarious. All right, next. What the fuck does this mean? Want to come watch a movie at my place on Saturday night? Today, 10:21 p.m. Respectfully, I'd like to ask, are you a provider? In-call, out-call rates? May I have your number? Serious inquiry. Money, money, smile. I think they were asking if you're an escort. Yeah, asking you for an escort hooker. Respectfully. He is very polite. Bonus points to him. He thinks you're a hooker. There might be something wildly generic that tips you off as a possible sex worker. Or you posted a social. No socials posted, nothing showing. Then you've got to be gorgeous and too good to be true. Congrats. That is definitely a new one for Hail Marys. Just being like, can I pay you? Evidently barking up the wrong tree though. All right, next. Left or right, fam? By Knifing McStab. What the? Looking for short-term fun. No pics, no socials. Kink, wearing a balaclava while giving you head. It don't come off. If it's not your vibe, carry on. Couldn't get into my old profile, haha. Pull up, drop your pants, nut and leave. Miss me with that small talk. Save that for the one. Wow, that is so rogue. Do people read this, swipe right and actually do this? Or... That would be terrifying, surely. You'd rock up and you'd be like, am I about to get my organs harvested? Oh yeah, or it's a guy. That's a guy 100%. That's a dude. It's a dude. It's a dude. I'm also leaning heavily into that's a dude. Definitely a dude. But why that? Would you not be able to tell from someone wearing a balaclava? Also, as a woman on a date, so they're trying to get straight guys for this. That must be their thing if it is a dude. I guess the question is whether you have any moral issues about getting a blowjob from a man pretending to be a woman in a mask or not. People are very sure this is a man. I wonder if there are people out there, like there are women like this, like, why is no one swiping right on me? Surely this is like the best offer ever. And it's because every single person is like, this is either a dude or my kidney's gone. Yeah, it's a dude that wants to approach you alone while wearing a balaclava. Chances are you'll get robbed or worse. I just scroll through like 20 people being like, it's a dude, before someone brought up the fact that you could get like robbed or stabbed or something. Yeah, why is this so low in comments? I actually think the horniness of dudes outshines the crime rate. I'd say that about 70% chance you get a blowjob from a horny dude. That's better odds than most in Vegas get. Wow. I read that as eating a baklava. LMAO. Best dessert. Man, finally one comment that wasn't just something freaky or dark. All right, next. That was a quick unmatch. Yeah, Saturday works for me. Late afternoon, evening. Lovely. Should we say 6 in this area? I'll think of a good place to meet. Perfect. Have you been to the White Pub? We can meet there for a drink. Yes, I have. I only meet for dinner. Just as bro thought he was getting a date. Turns out he was just being used for a free meal. This type of thing gets posted on the subreddit so much. People that are just clearly only on the app to get free food. To literally just be like, I'll tolerate your presence, just pay for my meal. Fuck, I had this earlier. I suggested we meet for coffee or drinks. She said she doesn't do that as that's what friends do. And she wants something serious. So I said, let's meet for serious coffee or drinks. She didn't see the funny side. I said, I don't buy strangers I haven't met dinner. Happy to if things go well, but not on the first date. Or even it could be on the first date. You could be like, let's just meet up for a drink first. If we vibe, then we can go out for dinner. I feel like it's quite common, especially with someone you've like never met before, just gone on dating apps to be like, hey, let's meet for a coffee or a drink. And you end up doing like 3 dates after, just because you're like, well, that was really good fun. Why would we end now? Just because you finished our coffee. But yeah, if they're not open for a little chat to get to know each other first, their priorities might be in the wrong place. I mean, it could be that they don't want to do anything casual, that they're going like, oh, coffee sounds like a quick, like, oh, let's go get to know each other. And if we find each other attractive, we'll go have sex or whatever. Like they could just be completely misunderstanding it and being like, oh, I want to have a nice long dinner, long time to get to know you. Just think the idea of it is so weird. Oh yeah, can you imagine? Your starter's just arrived. You've already ordered your main. There's probably like 15, 20 minutes away at least. And you're there like, we are not vibing at all. And you could just be sat being like, you don't look anything like your pictures. We have nothing in common. There is no chemistry. You haven't asked me a question since we got here. Like, if this is a coffee, I could leave, but it's not. We're sat here for dinner and I'm gonna be $200 down by the end of this. Hope you just unmatched without saying a word. I did. Unmatched as soon as I saw it. Nothing else said. Finally, someone in the sub has some sense and doesn't have 10 pages of conversation before complaining. All right, next. What happened to hello? How are you? I'm guessing you prefer big. Could you clarify what you mean by big? Something you need. You cannot properly state what it is, then you probably shouldn't be saying it's someone you just met because, you know, it's something disrespectful and gross. Well, okay then. Could have just said no. And you could have just said hi and asked how my day was going. You're too old to not know how to speak to women. Doesn't work anymore. And I wouldn't say that. Plus, I don't know what you're looking for. That's why you ask. So I kind of just shot down the alley. You shouldn't assume right away. Obviously this won't work out, but just for future reference, you really shouldn't assume things about people or come off disrespectful and sexual in your first message. It's not a great first impression at all. Oh, come on, don't do me like that. I just seen your ass and went, sheesh. Oh no, never been with a black girl and you're killing me. Plus you seem cool with being into video games and stuff. I'd wife you up. She's just said, don't make it sexual or weird, and you've gone ass, race, and then wifing her up when she's clearly not interested. How are you missing this many cues? Unmatched. I will say, you know, he's definitely potentially got a point about that doesn't work anymore with the hi and ask how my day was going. Like the number of people that will go like, I've tried this to 50 people and no one replies because it's too boring. You know, when you're one of 100 matches, you've got to stand out, and often a hi, how's it going isn't going to make you stand out enough. And also we've already seen several times in this video so far, people starting off freaked out and it working. I mean, the ones that worked have had a bit more charm and charisma than this. I'm guessing you prefer big, just sounds a bit pervy and assumptuous. Kind of mixed assumptuous and assumptive there. But yeah, either way, off the rip, going freaky. If someone doesn't match your freak, you're in for a long day. I just seen your ass and went, sheesh, I'd wife you up. And they say romance is dead. The never been with a black woman line always gets me in a right trolling mood. Ours is sideways and has teeth. It's always a good response, in my opinion. Good God, stop. I'm telling my friend to use this next time she gets that. But yeah, I feel like with the follow-up messages, that's a bullet dodged. All right, next up. I'm not sure I can measure up. Oh my goodness. That is some picture. Things we can talk about. Art. This is a work of art. Oh, she is monumentally hung. That is a fantastic comment. You know what? Fair play. At least she's cultured. And at least she's funny. Oh, this is Bumble, isn't it? I was going to say, if this was like Hinge, that as a prompt must get some absolutely wild responses. At least with Bumble, she can open up. Although I bet the number of people that just completely ignore whatever she says first and just drop something absolutely freaky in response anyway, probably pretty high. All right, next, no answer. Yesterday, I had a part my kid's hat birthday. What?
That just makes no fucking sense.
Yesterday, I had a party? It was my kid's birthday? Cute. Okay, well, this person understood it, even though I couldn't. You have a wife? Yes, with 5 kids. And you? Hey, no answer. What are you looking here? The way this is grouped, they did not wait long at all in between hey and no answer. And in fact, dropping the hey after and you. Wild, wife with 5 kids. Although dropped it with no shame at all. Maybe the wife's into it. Maybe he's just doing the groundwork himself, finding a unicorn for them. And he's pretty focused on the task because what the fuck is this supposed to say? Also, actually it could be anything. Like they could be married and in an open relationship. She could be totally chill with it. I guess it just is weird that he didn't say. You'd think if someone that you're speaking to on a dating app says, do you have a wife? And you go, yes. You'd be like, hold on, I can explain. Yeah, what is this dude saying? The grammar in that opening gave me a seizure. People who don't even put minimal effort into forming proper sentences is my biggest pet peeve. Instant turn off. More so than the wife and 5 kids? How does bro have the energy for a side piece with 5 kids? Here I am depressed with no energy and 0 kids. Oh, easy. He pretends they have 0 needs and counts on his poor wife to do everything, which is why he can't get laid at home. Unbelievable social analysis going on in the Tinder subreddit comment section. Fair play. All right, next. How to lose a girl in 1 message. Hi, mommy. Oh, I mean, filter. This is just a filter message, surely. I know for a fact there are people out there that is not losing them. That's getting an instant reply when she says ow for me. Ow. Shan't be doing that again. Yeah. Kellen Heller, speak for yourself. Hi. Wow. How do you miss...
Dear basketball.
How do you miss an option like that? You didn't say the magic word. Hi, mommy. Oh, that's so funny. That is so stupid. Speak for yourself, and bro just said hi. Yeah, he'll write this to every single girl, and the ones that respond positively are the right ones for him. I see no issue besides that he maybe won't have enough matches in the first place for this to work. All right, next. Thought she was sarcastic when she said she wanted a handyman. Well, to be crystal clear, I'm not trading manual labor for sex. I'm in a position in my life where I'm looking for something less serious for the next few months. I also need things done around the house that I don't have the body strength to do. So you need manual labor and you can offer sex. It kind of sounds like indirectly trading manual labor for sex. While you're doing it, I might decide I have a crush on you. Then you can take me out to dinner if you want to, obviously, and we can see where it goes. I also might decide I don't have a crush, in which case I would still hold true to the pizza and beer, but I would also be transparent and probably try to pay you for your labor. Wait, what? So she doesn't think she has a crush on them? So she's like, do the manual labor and then I'll see if I fancy you. And if I don't, I might pay you. So you're right, you're not trying to trade manual labor for sex. You're trying to get free manual labor. Well, at the cost of a pizza and a beer. Yeah, come over and work on my house and you might get to pay to take me out, maybe. Unless a bigger sucker than you comes along while you're here. Then I'll make you a terrible guilt-ridden offer of compensation I know you won't take because you're still trying to impress me. Tee. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sounds like a horrible deal, but at least she's upfront about it. Katie sounds like she needs a job. All right, next up. Probably my favorite hater I've gotten so far. If you and I died next to each other in 100 years, they will say they discovered 2 male skeletons. Okay, I'm guessing this is someone who's matched with a trans woman and is, matched to just be transphobic? That's fascinating. I'm still very much alive and kicking though. Sadly, I am too. What the fuck? Oh, shock. The guy dishing out hate to a stranger is depressed. A bit of self-loathing projection. Shock. And also, a fundamental misunderstanding of archaeology. That is sad. An archaeologist will never be like, oh, we found a male. We'll be like, okay, we understand a bit of sexual dimorphism. This person's probably a male given, their shape of the pelvis, their shape of the skull. But humans, like almost everything in biology, don't fit into a perfect binary. Not all men have the exact same skull and pelvises, and the same is true of women. And also, we have loads of interesting cases throughout history of going like, oh look, we found this person. We know that in this culture, only the men went to war and had this sword and shield and this kind of thing. And this person was buried with their sword and shield, so obviously they were a man. And then we find out biologically they were a female. And then what do you do with that? Could have been a female warrior, could have been a trans male warrior. You just don't know. You can estimate biological sex, but there are a lot of context clues around it that make these stories super interesting. And hey, maybe this person will be a little bit happier and a little bit less hateful if they learn about the fascinating variety that can be found in life all across this cool planet. What do the comments say? Dude is already planning to get buried beside you. That's some early commitment. Honestly, I think this dude is low-key horny for you and can't admit to himself. Low-key, dude's already picking out burial plots. Alternatively, horny, hates themselves, hates others. That's about it. Absolutely, why engage at all? He did match, to be fair. Maybe he's awkwardly hoping you'd say something like, you mean like in Pompeii? They would do a casting of our entwined ash sarcophagus and see we both died with the biggest grins, having found a love to last the ages. Although most likely, he's just a douche. Alright, next. I'd be surprised if we don't get married after this one. My most irrational fear, black holes. Yeah, those things suck. So does your knowledge of physics, mate. They don't suck things in, things fall into them. Get it right. That'd be an instant block from me. Also, is that an irrational fear? The idea of falling into a black hole is terrifying. I guess it's irrational because the chances of you ever actually doing it is low. And I'm boring myself. Let's move on. Alright, next. Alright, maybe I'm not made for it. Well, hello there, General Kenobi. Alright, I ruined it, didn't I? You've got to own it. Hello there is my opening line. I love the hello there. If someone replied General Kenobi, I'd be like, epic, great response. Alright, I ruined it, didn't I? So cringe. Yeah, at least own it instead of declaring your own defeat. I folded under zero pressure. Nah, the one who doesn't appreciate that reply ain't the one for you anyway. True. Alright, next. Did I match with someone completely insane? Okay, so it's 8:32 p.m. and this screenshot was taken at 8:42. Wave. Hi. If you don't want to keep this conversation going, then you shouldn't start it. What do you mean? I responded and you take your time. It's okay. You have to be kidding me. It wasn't even 5 minutes before I replied to you. If you expect people you don't even know to reply to you within a minute on a dating app, good luck, babe. I'm just tired of this app. I don't want to waste my time. Exactly, 5 minutes. If I'm interested, I respond right away. If not, then it will take much longer. Lol. Not your fault. I'm about to change my profile and set up some rules. What a freak. He's never away from his phone for 5 minutes. He's never in a call or speaking to someone in real life or working or sleeping or eating or on the toilet or in the shower. What the fuck? 5 minutes is insane. Dude, I had to go put my dishes away and I left my phone on the couch. Holding that against me is insane. Why this person is responding being like, why are you being like that? It is beyond me. Unmatched, surely. Haha, then don't start any conversation if you have stuff to do. Sorry, I don't hold anything against you. You don't think a conversation on a dating app can be ongoing while someone isn't by their phone for like 3 minutes? Seriously, you joking right now? You're mental. They are. Why are you fighting them? Yeah, they sound needy. Don't give them your energy. Overly explain. Just unmatch and keep it moving. You already responded too much. The red flag came up straight away and that was time to shut it down. Sorry, I can't reply. I have stuff to do. Don't you know there are rules? Set up some rules. How self-important can one be? Brother will get -0 matches. I mean, -0, still 0. How hot is he or she that you're willing to put up with that shit for so long? Seriously, the amount of emojis alone with the audacity to come at someone over something so minuscule is wild. Yes, the emojis were crazy. This whole I'm laughing at how silly you're being vibe is this weirdo trying to cover their own insecurity. Nope, over and out. Please don't defend yourself with these types. That's a magnet for abusers, which they clearly are. It's actually infuriating reading that. I saw a profile that said likes you, but when I swiped right, it didn't match us. Oh, that's actually so depressing. Tinder recently started doing this. No idea why, since you immediately find out they're lying. Like, what the fuck? What is the strategy behind this? To get you swiping again. How many times are we going to see this question posted? Dude, spend a minute searching on this sub. This is likely a fake account that got banned between liking you and the match. Alright, I didn't realise there was a subreddit prefect. That is such weird energy. The idea of getting annoyed at someone because they haven't spent enough time on the Tinder subreddit. Goodness me. I mean, to be fair, it's Reddit. What do we expect? Alright, next. One of the wilder bios that I've come across. You want to jiggle some fubber? You want a woman with no teeth? You want someone who sees dead people? Then I'm your girl. Oh, and my check engine light is always on. What the fuck? Take one for the team and report back. The old gum job. Oh, her tongue scares me. Would.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir.
Oh dear, I feel like we've reached the point where freaky becomes perplexing, so it's time to wrap it up. And that includes a lot of the people in this video if they're going there. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to catch the next episode of Weirdos of Tinder, please do hit that subscribe button down below and you can catch it as soon as it's out. So yeah, thank you for watching and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye.